Hey guys, thank you for joining me on another episode of Cooking with Tessa. I am so excited that you are here with me today. I am going to be making something very special, and for that I need someone very special. So I have my mom joining me today. So it's going to be Cooking with Tessa and Mom, and we are going to be making some very delicious Brazilian appetizers. Now, we are going to be making, you can tell them, Mom, what we're making.
We're gonna make a coxinha,
which is a chicken croquette, and
a Rissoli de Camarao,
which are shrimp turnovers. So the reason why we're combining both of these, there are many different Brazilian appetizers that you can make and you'll find at a lot of parties and special gatherings. The reason why we decided to make both of these Brazilian appetizers are because they're going to use the same kind of ingredients to make the same batter, okay? So you're gonna need the same batter to make both of these separate appetizers. Let's get cooking, guys. Here are the ingredients and let's get started. Alright guys, so what we did with our chicken is that we marinated, season it however you'd like. We used 2 packs of Sazon, we used some red peppers, some garlic, some parsley, some cilantro, but basically make it the style that you like, whatever flavoring you like. Alright guys, so we are ready to start. What we're going to be doing now is we need a big pot for this, okay? Because this is where we're going to put the batter, alright? And to this batter, we are going to put 6 cups of flour, okay, and we're going to do 4 cups of, Mom, is this hot water, warm water, room temperature? What are we doing?
Room temperature.
All right,
water.
so 4 cups of room temperature water, and we need 2 cups of milk. Any kind of milk is fine, whole milk, 2%, need 3 of those. You're going to need 6 tablespoons of butter, okay, and let's get started putting this batter. We have the pepper on the side because this is going to be to taste, okay? We're going to see if we're going to need it after we do all this. So Mom's going to go ahead and pour the 4 cups of water in here. All right. Now, should we be doing this in any particular order, Mom? What advice do you give them?
No, we just gotta add the liquid together, okay?
All right, so we did our 4 cups of room temperature water. Now we have our 2 cups of milk. We're going to add our 3 packs of chicken bouillons to this. So there's no particular order to do this?
No, we just gotta mix it up because we're gonna boil that.
Okay. With your hand, it'll kind of actually be a little easier to get everything mixed into the batter very well. Right, so we broke up our bouillons in here. Let's add, she's going to go ahead and add our 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna bring this to a boil. Where are we with heat, Mom? Can you let them know? At a medium, high?
Regular medium.
Okay, so we're at a medium heat, as you can see, and we're just gonna bring this to a boil. Do we want it to be very, very like a full boil or just a simmer?
Well, it gotta be boil, you know, because it gotta melt all the butter.
All right, so bring this to a full boil at a medium heat, and then we're going to go ahead and add our flour to it. Are we going to need a whisk? We're gonna whisk it in?
No.
How are we adding this flour?
We're gonna be adding up little by little.
Okay.
And when we do that, we're gonna have to keep stirring.
Stirring, yeah. Okay.
Because otherwise, and gotta be really fast, and you can do it everything at once. Gotta be little by little because you don't want lumps.
Once it comes to a full boil, you want to then turn your heat down to a low because now you're going to add in your flour in increments. So we're gonna do 3 cups at a time.
Okay, turn it off now.
All right, I'm gonna turn off our stove.
Okay.
It should come off of the bottom of your pot, nice and easy, just like that, okay? It should lift off the bottom. And now we're ready to start kneading our dough. All right, so you want a floured surface. So we're just going to go ahead and just make sure that our counter is nice and floured, and we're going to bring over our dough.
Yeah, okay.
And it's very hot, keep that in mind. So you're going to put it on there and let it kind of cool down a little bit. All right guys, so our dough is basically done. We have let it cool down. In the meantime, while it cooled down, we have shredded all of our chicken. We left a little bit of, it's very moist, so we didn't add the liquid that was in our pot to this, but if you see it's getting dry, just add tiny increments of liquid, but it is pretty much good to go. On the side here, we have plain breadcrumbs. That is going to be what we're going to cover it with at the end. And we also have, how much water and milk is in here, Mom?
Well, we're starting one cup of milk and half cup of water.
Okay, and we're going to add a tiny bit of cornstarch to this.
1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon. Make sure your hands have some flour on it so that the dough doesn't stick to you. Take a little amount like this. And Mom, you can go ahead and show them how we're going to shape this.
Okay. Just gonna make like a little bulb here.
Okay.
Make a hole in the middle. Okay.
So make your ball, make a hole in the middle.
Yeah.
Like a little nest.
Exactly. And you're gonna take your filling. You're gonna put your filling in the middle. And you're gonna shape up.
I'm gonna close this up and shape it. What's the shape we should be looking for? A teardrop, right?
Teardrop.
Yeah. So that's the shape that we're going to turn this into. We're gonna make it into a teardrop. Make sure you have that round bottom and the top is pointy, like a teardrop. Okay? So if you feel that your hand is getting sticky, because as you roll this dough around, you may feel some parts trying to stick, just put a little bit of flour into your hand and there you go. So this is basically what we're going to do, right? Let's show them. So this is our teardrop. As you see, I can put it on my side here so you can see this teardrop shape. Doesn't have to be perfect, but this is the Brazilian chicken croquette. It's usually in this shape. And then you're going to take this, we're going to dip it into our wash. Go ahead. Now dip it into your wash gently and then put it right into your breadcrumbs. Okay, and roll it around and coat it in your breadcrumbs. Remember, the breadcrumbs are plain. We don't want it flavored. The flavoring is already in the inside, in our dough. Remember, we added our chicken bouillon to our dough, to our liquid that we made the dough in. So basically that's it right there. If you look at that, beautiful. And then we're going to, on the side, I basically just have an aluminum pan ready and it's lined with parchment paper. And you can just start piling up your chicken croquettes on the side. Now, guys, you can freeze these. You can make these in advance. Freeze them, okay? And then when you're going to have your party, your gathering, whatever it is, then you can fry it right away. So basically, we're just gonna assemble these and get these all ready. Now, this is the size we were talking about. This is going to be like a regular size, okay? If you wanted to make these bite size, okay, we're gonna show you right now a bite size so you can see it, and it will make a lot more. So remember, the batter that we made is the same batter that we're going to use for our chicken croquettes as well as our shrimp turnovers. So if you make these a lot smaller, okay, for party size, basically for kids' parties, those kind of things, little appetizers, you can make it for like tapas kind of style. You are going to get a lot more out of it if you make it. Take a look and compare the sizes. This is a regular size chicken croquette and this is the bite size that we were talking about. Now, this is a great thing to do with your family. This is actually even a little bit bigger. We can actually make this a little bit smaller if you wanted to. You can probably get a lot more out of this. But this is a great activity to do. This is a great meal to do with your kids, because it's actually better for one person to work on the dough, get their hands sticky, do the filling, and then the other person can just do the coating, okay? So it's a great thing to have, get the whole family involved. So like I said, you're going to season your shrimp however you like, but I'm just showing you some options in case you just have no idea of what to put in your shrimp. 1 packet of Sazon. We do have some bay leaves. We're gonna add some Spanish olives in there. Okay, you are going to use half of an onion, about 4 garlic cloves. We're going to use half of our cilantro, and this is the different one that we wanted to show you because it's not going to be a chicken bouillon that you're going to use, but you're actually going to use a shrimp one. So if you can find the shrimp one, that'll be perfect. I'm going to put that right there so you guys can see it, and you're going to add 2 of those. If not, you can use the chicken. That is your alternative, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and chop all this up, get it ready, and then marinate our shrimp. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much ready to go here except for my shrimp. So I did want to talk to you guys about this real quick. So we chopped up half of our bunch of cilantro. We have half of that onion, about that 4 garlic cloves right here, and we took about 6 or 7 of the Spanish olives and we chop that up, okay? You are going to need some extra virgin olive oil to add to your pan so that you can go ahead and cook your shrimp, but you also are going to need that cornstarch. Again, we use that cornstarch for our chicken croquettes, and you're going to need that cornstarch to thicken your sauce for your shrimp, to make a roux. Okay, what I am going to do right now is just quickly take my shrimp, because it is large. I'm going to cut it in half and kind of cut it in small pieces, because remember, this is going inside the shrimp turnovers, but you don't want it to be big pieces like this. You want it to be all mixed in there with the sauce and all these wonderful components. And so you are going to take it, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to slice it in half, and then go ahead, make sure that everything is deveined, and cut it in some sort of medium chunks here. I'll show you guys in a second. Let me go ahead and just cut a few pieces here. So like, this is what we're looking for basically. So add our half of the cilantro that we cut up, and we did cut up our stalks as well. Okay, so don't forget, don't let nothing go to waste. You want to use all of that. And let this grab everything from the side, and let the flavors just come together for a few minutes there. Remember, your shrimp is going to cook fairly quickly, about 3-4 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna check on our salt on this right now. All right, I think we can add the other half that we had from our 2 packs of our shrimp bouillon, and I will not need to add my adobo to this. This is actually great the way that it is. I wanna make sure I get that bouillon nice and dissolved. So if you see it like this in chunks, you can go ahead and just push that down. Okay, so we just want to thicken up that sauce a little bit, because for the shrimp turnover, it shouldn't be water. It should have a nice little roux to it. So we want it to be kind of thickened. So we add this a little bit at a time, because remember, it is cornstarch. We don't want it to get lumpy. So the secret is you can add it, but mix it in gently, and then you can add some more. Now it's going to thicken very quickly because the cornstarch is in there, okay? So right now is the time where you want to keep that spoon moving. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my stove. Remember, you want to lift it. If you go like this and you can kind of see the bottom of the pot and lift it up, you're in good shape. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up to you guys so you can see. This is what you're looking for, okay? You're looking for a nice little sauce that's not runny. If I let my shrimp down, you can see it comes down in clumps, so you have a nice base to it. All right, guys, so we are ready to finally put together our last appetizer, Brazilian appetizer, for our part 1 of our series that we're doing. So our shrimp is done. Take a look at this. This is absolutely amazing. This is what you want. You want that kind of gooey consistency on your shrimp, because the roux has attached itself and now it's ready to go, and we have a nice filling, okay? It's a nice consistency there. We have the same setup as before. We have our dough, we have flour. We're going to kind of put this together again because it's been sitting to the side. We do have our plain breadcrumbs, and we have our water, milk, and cornstarch mixture wash that we are putting that together on. So, Mom, go ahead and show them what shape we're doing on this. Okay, so go ahead and show them what shape we're doing.
It's like half a moon.
Like a half moon, okay, like a semicircle.
Right.
Okay, so
what
make
you
sure,
gotta
same thing
do-
before, our hands are floured. All right, so we are on a medium-high heat. We just added a little bit of oil. If you have a deep fryer, you can do this in the deep fryer. Now, I do not recommend baking these. These taste best if they're fried, unfortunately. But that is the good part about it. Guys, so we are done. We did part 1 of our Brazilian appetizers. We did our coxinha, which is our chicken croquettes, and we have our Rissoli de camarão, which is our shrimp turnovers. Mom, what did we make for a dipping sauce that you would say goes well with this?
Oh, mayonnaise and ketchup and a tiny bit of mustard.
Okay, so just a drop of mustard with ketchup and mayo. You can make that mix, and that is a perfect dipping sauce for this. So we're gonna cut into this really quickly, and as Mom cuts into this halfway, so you guys can kind of see the inside of this thing. Like I said, you can do this beforehand, freeze it, have it ready, and a great tip is to freeze it on a tray so it's nice and hard, and then you can pack it into Ziploc bags so that it won't lose its form and it will remain in the shape that you made it into. So you can do this for parties, guys, holiday parties, birthday parties. This is really big for us for any type of parties, actually. But I wanted you guys to see the inside of this. So take a look at our our chicken croquettes. Look at the inside of that right there, so you guys can see. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, so you have all that gooiness of chicken in there. It's not dry. As you guys can see, the shrimp turnovers are amazing on the inside as well. So guys, that is basically it. This is a way for you guys to impress your guests. Guys, if you like this video and you made it, remember we are doing part 2. We're going to do 2 more Brazilian appetizers that you can serve at parties. If you like part 1, please comment down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace out.